What's up, y'all? It's Ty in this video. Today, I'm going to be breaking down everything that there is to know on the game. Right now with the new Valentine's Rush, with obviously the new names of the game, players added into the game. There's a lot to go over to break down. Apologize, yesterday I was, not able to get on the game. I was traveling, so today I can obviously do that. Now, the first thing I want to start with is the new house rules, frat party stuff. Again, you can get a lot of solid fraternities players from this. If you get to 40 wins, you do get a free 96 overall card. I think the problem that I have with this is it's like a lot of the fraternities cards I just don't love. So if you're wondering, Ty, is house rules worth it? It's just tough to me because I just do not love the fraternities cards on this game. Now, as far as the updates to the Valentine's Day Rush, I would recommend opening, obviously, the Platinum one, Step 1. Step 2, I don't necessarily know, but Step 1, I made 20,000 coins off of a 100 coin purchase, so obviously it was worth it. As far as these step up packs, it really just depends on what you're trying to get, I don't necessarily think they're horrible value. The problem is they are BND packs. So whatever you get from these, you're probably not going to be able, you're not going to be able to sell them. So that obviously stinks quite a bit when it comes down to upgrading your cards or upgrading your squad with BND cards. It's just tough because, again, a lot of these cards, just for me, definitely will not play. So like Xavier Gilroy, he's fine. But again, they are BND cards. So just kind of know that before opening up a bunch of these packs, or know that before, you're spending a bunch of your coins on them, is a lot of them, in my opinion, are just not worth it. Now, if you scroll through, a lot of these could be worth it for you guys, but just see what works for you. Again, a lot of these I personally wouldn't recommend opening. I just think they're a little overpriced, but see what works for you. See what you're wanting to spend on the game. As far as like the fraternities drop, again, I don't love the cards, so I'm not going to open most of them. But ultimately, do what you guys want to obviously do. As far as the names of the game stuff, you can open up boosters. I'm never going to hate on the boosters. I think, as far as, pulling LTDs, they're your best odds, especially for, a not super expensive. And I do like the names of the game players, especially when you're comparing them to the fraternities players. I think the names of the game players are actually really solid and can go out there and compete at the, very highest level. You got 3 new LTDs added into the game. Memorable factor is a little undersized, but really solid zone coverage, decent enough change of direction, really solid middle linebacker there. Clowney up next, left end, gets after the quarterback with the best of them. Change direction only is a 71, which is crazy. Quick jump only on silver. Obviously, it leaves a little bit to be desired, but still going to get after the quarterback extremely well, and especially for his price. Dakotas Crawford, 97 speed, 97 deep route running with ability-wise, does get the silver takeoff, gold cutter, press pro as well. Now, I do want to go over and talk about where the updated auction house lies in College Football 25 Ultimate Team. I recommended before this Rush event that a lot of people should sell their teams. Why? Because we saw the Valentine's Day Rush, because I'm a firm believer that that we're going to see an overall bump next week. I just didn't think it was wise to hang on to your guys' squads, especially when you could get any sort of value out of them. So I do want to scroll through the market a little bit and just talk about where it lies right now. Is it, a good time to buy? Should you guys be patient? All of those types of things. Now, I want to start with this. Lamar Jackson and his price, it's going to continue to steadily go down throughout this Rush event. Obviously, weekend, Lamar's extremely good. The problem with Lamar is he can't get workhorse. So it's the one, I don't want to say red flag, but definitely the one problem with him. But you guys can see overall the quarterback market, it's going way down. The fact that you guys can go get Braylon Braxton for like 200,000 coins is crazy to me. Like 243 for Braxton, I just personally think is an absolute steal. Look at the wide receiver market. Tavon Austin, his price probably will continue to go down. I think the big time problem, like with some of these cards, is even if you look at Tavon Austin, who I really like, if you compare him to, let's say, like a John Ross, right? He doesn't get that gold takeoff. And so that's definitely something for Tavon Austin that does hurt his value compared to a guy like John Ross, who is still just insanely expensive on this game. And honestly, I'm telling you right now, if I had John Ross, I would definitely sell him. I think he's incredible, but I do not think he ultimately is worth his price on this game. But if you go position by position, guys, even Lawrence Taylor, I think he's a beast. But again, as time goes on, as we continue to get better and better cards on this game, I do think you'll see his price steadily go down. Obviously, we saw Luke Kuechly added into the game today. We've seen, memorable factor. We're just getting more and more cards added into the game. So even at the cornerback position, it's something like where I feel like we haven't seen a lot of great cornerbacks recently, but it will go down as we continue to get more and more cards. So I feel like right now with the rush set, yes, there are some cards that are going down in price, but for the most part, the auction house is just, at most positions, I should say, steadily going down. Like even the free safety position, the fact that you can get Ed Reed for $250 is crazy to me. Tyler Nubin, who I think is good if you play zone coverage, is less than 200,000 coins, is absolutely crazy. So I would, if I were you guys and wanting to build your team, I wouldn't hesitate being somewhat aggressive in this market. And when I say that, you can definitely buy some cards. But for me, when it comes down to where the market's at right now, although it's down, I think it's going to continue to go down. Like if we do see an overall bump sooner rather than later, which I think we will, I think you're just going to continue into next week, seeing the auction house get cheaper and cheaper. And so like for me with my squad, I've already sold a lot of my squad and I'm going to continue to do so. And it might seem like I'm just, harping on that same thing, but there's just no reason for me to hold on to these cards if I'm not going to be playing in Gauntlet this week, which I probably won't. I'm not going to be playing in Champs this week. I don't see the benefits to really building your, squad up right now when, I just feel like there's just no reason to. We're going to see the market continue to trend downward. We're going to see the market to continue to crash. And so even Travon Walker, right? He's lost a lot of his value already. But I'm here to tell you guys, it's only going to go down. When players get, released with the overall bump and some of these players start seeing newer and newer abilities, we're just going to continue to steadily see these players drop in price. So if I'm you guys, if you want to play the game, obviously you can build your squad up right now. I do think the market has already trended downward quite a bit over the course of the last week or so. But I have a hard time seeing it go up from here. I genuinely do with what I think is going to happen next week with the overall bump. It is just going to continue trending downward. So for me, I'm being, pretty passive with the market right now. I don't feel like there's any reason to spend a bunch of your coins unless you really are fiending to play the game right now. So even a Carson Schweschinger, I think he's really good. I just don't see the benefit for me to holding on to him. So yes, I'm being pretty passive with the market. I'm going to continue selling a lot of my squad. And guess what, guys? You can go out there, and a lot of these cards for me are going to be BNDs. And I can go out there and compete in champs with some of these guys that I have, like Gilroy. Can go out in champs and compete. Same thing with like Eminwari. Same thing with a lot of these cards that I have. Sure, they're not going to fit my specific theme team. Sure, they're not necessarily the best cards in the game. But they're cards that I can go out in champs and still compete with. So that's just kind of the approach that I'm taking. Am I saying it's right? No, but I am saying in the long run, I do think it's going to benefit me in a big time way. Now, tomorrow we'll have to see where exactly the market's at as I, day by day, just kind of play it by ear and just see exactly where we're at. But I'm pretty passive with where the market is at right now, as I think tomorrow it is going to continue to trend downward, especially knowing we're going to get Legends cards tomorrow, especially we know another, Valentine's Day rush is coming tomorrow. I'm continuing to play it pretty passive. If you do want to go upgrade your JJ Watt card, you absolutely can. Again, it's totally up to you and what you're trying to get from the game mode. You want to go grind these fraternities out, you obviously can. Add some more, B&D cards that are going to be decent enough for your squad. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'd suggest. Even if you want to go here and grind out some of these agendas, not bad whatsoever. And again, grind these things out. You can get JJ Watt if you have those 5 frat players in your lineup. You can go get a free 96 JJ Watt to help your squad out. That's gonna wrap it up. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.